Everyone, what happens when the sun is in the second house of your chart, 2 houses away from your ascendant, can also be seen in your D9 chart and has some application also from your moon in ascendant Chandra Lagna. If you have a Western chart, you can also use this video and make sure you have a sign for a house system. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below and let's begin. What is the second house in your chart? First house is you, ascendant. Second house is what you own. It's your wealth. It's your bank account. It's your possessions. It's everything which you call your own. Second house is your family, particularly how they nourished and took care of you emotionally and physically in your formative years. It's a house of your moral values because moral values are instilled in us from our very early upbringing. As far as body parts are concerned, second house represents the face generally, but specifically it represents the mouth and the throat. So this house is going to show you your speech, what comes out of your mouth in terms of words, language. How do you speak? Do you nourish others or do you cause disturbance by your speech? And it's about nourishment in terms of food. Second house is the food going into our mouth. Is it good food? Is it nourishing food? Or are we taking harmful substances? Are we making our health bad or good? It's got a lot to do with our longevity because it's a Maraka house. And who is the sun? The deity of the sun is Surya, but he is known as Ravi as he travels around in the sky throughout one solar year. He enters all of the rasis, creating them at every new moon, so that we have 12 signs in all. He is showing the light of existence and eternal reality because he represents our spirit soul, who we really are, known as Atman. This Atman resides in the heart chakra in your body. It is linked to the supreme and also links you to every other living being. Sun in our chart represents purity and dharma, how we have to follow righteous action. Otherwise, he can be a very punishing planet in some cases. In your chart, he is a Karaka representative for the father, for the government, for leaders and all authority figures. And he shows your ability to rise in life also. He shows your ability to be creative, to be inventive, but very importantly, to create wealth and resources in your life. He is connected to the health and the vitality of our body. He gives us the ability to rise anew after every setback and to continue to make progress spiritually throughout every lifetime. So the sun second to ascendant, is it a good position? It's a very powerful position for the sun, particularly in the D1, I would say, more than any other chart. Why? Because in that birth chart, you took birth in those dark hours just before dawn. So when we see sun second to ascendant in the D1 birth chart, we can certainly say that you are reforming yourself spiritually. It's a new spiritual path for you this lifetime. Your experiences will lead you to make reevaluation of your ethical, moral, and important spiritual values. But in whatever chart you are seeing with the sun in the second house, be certain that this is a house of wealth and the sun is about creating wealth and resources. Therefore, you must know the sign. You must have an in-depth understanding of the karmas related to the sun sign. Check the video on my channel, Sun Karmas in All Sign. I will link that below and at the end of the video. Of course, the second house isn't just about wealth. I will talk about wealth in a minute because the second house, very importantly, is about how secure we feel in life. This has a lot to do with our early upbringing and our early family experience. But it can be quite extreme. When the sun is well placed by sign, well aspected, you had a traditional and morally sound upbringing with a great respect for your father. But when the malefics get involved, Rahu, Ketu, of course, Saturn and Mars, there's some insecurity, early childhood environment. There is some sense of emotional void being there. Not completely, but it depends on the other planets, obviously. You seek to make up for this later. That's why family becomes so important to you. Family values become important. And there is still, no matter what early childhood experience was, some respect for the father. He becomes important figure. Second house is about moral values, ethical factors. So sun here will demand of you, no matter what sign, how aspected, that you seek to follow highest values at all time. To get the blessings of the sun here, you will have to do that. You get a certain amount of authority within your own family circle as you grow. Family look to you for support, and you are here to act responsibly towards your family at all times. And one thing can make or break your success. The sun is about moral integrity of speech, basically telling the truth. And this is the actual house of speech itself. It's very likely at some point in your life you will be tested about ability to speak the truth. Watch out for this time. You will know when it comes. Speak the truth. Do not be afraid. Make this a code to live by. It's important because the sun's second house gives your voice, gives your words a great deal of authority and power. You can be talented public speaker, some people, or you just have authority in the way which you speak, and there is an illuminating factor to it. People are attracted to you, to what you say and how you say it. And the sun will certainly attract to you and give you the ability to build up wealth. You will build up wealth through your own innate creative ability, and you have excellent money management skills when the sun is well placed by sign, well aspected. Sun's second house can give you business wealth, business success, particularly local business. Family business is often very successful if it is well aspected. Still, because the sun has a 6-8 relationship to the house of business, 7th house, marketplace, it is going to be up and down. You will have to reinvent business many times when you have sun in the second house. You see, Sun's second house is especially sensitive to change because Sun's second house is about security, family security, wealth security, job security, relationship security. You like to keep things stable and safe for yourself. Sometimes you can hang on to things too long and you just can't let things go. Sometimes when it's very afflicted here, maybe dark aspects by Ketu, Rahu especially, you can be a clutterbug, or you can be somebody who just hoards things because it just makes you feel safer, more secure, the more things you have around you. It may not go that far, but you certainly like to possess beautiful objects, important objects, gold objects ruled by the sun. You like everything to have some important lasting value in your life. This is why generally wealth grows when the sun is in the second house. It's important not to become too fixed, too stuck, too unbending when you have Sun's second house. Your sense of ego here can be very, very strong, and you are very, very sensitive to other people generally. And the sun's 7th aspect of desire is on the house of other people's money, other people's resources, the 8th house. There's going to be some deep karma dealing with other people's money. Maybe you're going to have stock market success, investment success. Definitely some of you, unless there is affliction, in which case it's going to go up and down. But there can be family inheritance often, or there can be conflicts family-wise about financial concerns. And in marital relationships, the sun is 6 houses to the 7th and it is 8 houses back. So there can be conflict in relationships due to strong ego. Your ego, spouse's ego, depends what the 7th house is doing. But generally, you really have to try to compromise. Be less imposing in relationships. Don't be too strict in what you demand out of other people. The more easygoing you can force yourself to become, the happier relationships and business relationships become. There are malefics in this 8th house. Definitely there can be difficulty with in-laws, or in general there is some tension with your in-laws. Again, be compromising. This will definitely help. Very importantly, the sun is illuminating knowledge of the 8th house, the deepest mysteries of life, the ability to see the past and future. You could have talent in any occult subject, especially astrology. In particular, the sun represents Jyotish, the science of light, and he is aspecting the house of what is hidden, so great secrets can be revealed to you. You have come here also to gain this knowledge. Check out Sun Karmas in all signs up on your screen right now, and don't forget to sub below if you're new. Goodbye for now. God bless you all.